Hello and welcome to the debate podcast starring Callan Morey. I am Callan Morey. Today I have a guest with me, a new guest, Lyla Chrisman. Lyla, please introduce yourself.
Hi.
Hi. So today's topics are the Russia's invasion of Ukraine and what would World War III look like. Now, before we continue, uh, if you're either stupid or looking back at this history, Russia is invading Ukraine as of a long time ago. I think like the 23rd or the 24th, something like 24th. It was the 24th. And it's pretty brutal, but anyways, it's pretty bad. I don't know why you'd be looking here for history stuff rather than like news sites, but whatever. Anyways, the invasion of Ukraine. Now, I'm going to pull up something. Updates, live updates. It has been updated. I need to update it again. So, the live updates are coming from New York Times. New York Times. They're updated as of 1 hour ago. Russian forces bombarded Ukraine's capital, Kiev. I don't know if I'm saying that right, but whatever. On Saturday night, after a day of pitched fights around the city. Most of more than 150,000 Russian troops who had massed around Ukraine are now fighting in the country. U.S. officials have said that. The Biden administration and key European allies announced Saturday that they would remove certain Russian banks from the SWIFT financial messaging system, essentially barring them from international transactions. President Vladimir Zelensky of Ukraine tried to rally international support and said in a video that his country fighters had, quote-unquote, withstood and successfully repelled enemy attacks. Russian forces have killed at least 198 people, including 3 children and 1,115 people. I already said that, didn't I? No, I didn't. Kill at least... That's confusing, the way that worded. I don't know. It's from New York Times. So I didn't create this. They have been... Oh, no. Sorry, I now get it. So 198 people have been killed, including 3 children, and 1,115 people, including 33 children, have been wounded, according to the Ukrainian National Guard. And a United Nations official said more than 150,000 Ukrainian refugees have fled.
Oh, that's so terrible.
It is. I mean, I don't understand why Russia wouldn't... Well, okay. So, this kind of moves on to why Russia is invading Ukraine. So, hang on. I'm trying to find out where I want to start. So, for months, Putin denied he would invade Ukraine. Then he tore up a peace deal and decided he was going to perform quote-unquote special military operations. Now, what that means is, I don't know, but it's...
I feel like, why couldn't he just, leave it alone? Why does he need to...
that's a good question.
Stuff.
I don't know why, what do you want with Russia? Nobody else wants Russia. I mean, Ukraine. Whoopsies. What do you want with Ukraine?
I feel like we were fine. It was, obviously not everything was, perfect, but you could have just not started stuff, because now there's all this, and, just why?
That's the $1 million question. But I think I'm trying to think of how I'm going to say this. So Russia and Ukraine have kind of been at it ever since the previous Russian president has left. And then Russia didn't like that because the previous president was pro-Russia. And so what they did was they annexed Crimea, which I think was previously a part of Ukraine. I'm not entirely positive, but that was what it is. And then they just kind of been so there've also been, I'm gonna actually show you, I'm gonna share my screen. Where is it? Okay. It should be sharing any day now. Anyways, it's really slow. Hopefully it'll share someday. I don't like this thing. There we go. It should be sharing sometime soon. But basically, Russia annexed Crimea, and then they have Russian-backed separatists around the east, kind of by Luhansk, Donetsk, and Mariupol.
Okay.
And that's where most of the fighting has been, also by Crimea, ever since Russia annexed it. But there's another problem too. Belarus and Russia, they're tight. So, that's a bad thing because Belarus is another side surrounding Ukraine.
Yeah, it's near a lot of the border of Ukraine.
Mm-hmm. It's not great.
No, it doesn't seem like it.
And I really think that if Putin goes further, like beyond all this stuff, I really think it might actually start an international incident. Well, it already is, but like World
Where
War.
other countries get involved.
It's either World War III or Cold War II.
Yeah. Oh god.
Yeah. We're all doomed.
I feel like we just don't need wars. Like, disagreements are fine, but let's not do wars.
Right. So that's being stuff. And then even though it's really a problem with Ukraine and Russia, there is a chance, well, it's not a chance, it's already being felt, but America, the United States, has been affected about the Ukraine-Russia conflict. I'm sharing a different tab now from ABC News. Launched the invasion. Russia has spent weeks building up military forces near eastern Ukraine, amassing more than 150,000 troops in Belarus and on the Russian side of the border, according to U.S. officials. Before it invaded, striking several cities and military bases in Ukraine, including Kyiv, its capital. Now, the Kremlin had repeatedly denied warnings of an invasion before Russia. Vladimir Putin announced his intention to conduct a special military operation in Ukraine Thursday. But before I continue, look at this picture. Like, are you just seeing it?
Yeah.
With the two fighter jets?
Oh gosh. Why? I can't get my mind off of that.
I don't know. It says the caption says, in this photo from video, in this photo taken from video provided by the Russian Defense Ministry press service on February 17, 2022. Su-30 fighters of the Russian and Belarusian Air Forces fly in a joint mission during Russia-Belarus military drills in Belarus. Basically, they're like best friends. And these two best friends are also bullies to a smaller friend who has like 8 billion other friends, but they don't know about it, but they do at the same time. But they're not scared because they think they're bigger than everybody else. By landmass, yes, they are. But military strength and the will of people, I don't think so.
I just hate that we can only do so much. Like, we can only help them in so many ways.
Right. I don't. Also, in this situation, U.S. officials are warning of cyber attacks, not only in the U.S., but like everywhere from Russia. So that's another thing to be aware of. So make sure you have all your stuff safe. So if you have bank accounts, watch for like mobile banking, watch for transactions and stuff that you didn't make. Let's see. If you have like small businesses and you have, I don't know, basically whatever you do, make sure your stuff is safe. Turn on two-factor if it's available. Change your password to a stronger one. You can use sites like, I don't know, or you can just use Apple's thing or Google's thing. But make sure you're safe because cyber attacks will be coming. And that's basically what war is these days. It's not really, well, I mean, it is, but it's now transformed from just pure fighting to, okay, now we're going to disable this on the other side, or we're going to attack the government, like, air conditioning system or something stupid.
Like, it's grown over the years in some ways, but it also hasn't. Like, fighting has always stayed the same, but it's like grown technology-wise.
Right. People are getting creative, which is scary.
What a lovely thing.
And I think that's why we should be concerned. Now, what would you think, because Russia, if this escalates more and they have a cyber attack, and it ends up going into one of the NATO countries, or affects one of the NATO countries, that's when war starts with other countries. So, which could potentially lead into World War III. Now, what do you think World War III would look like?
Well, I think that Russia might be a little in over their heads because, I mean, obviously they have certain things that would help them, but we have NATO, which is like kind of a big thing.
Mm-hmm.
So we're like combined with other countries in a way. Like, if they attack us, we've got, you could say, like, friends that would help us out.
Yeah. We also have the UN, too.
Yeah.
G7. Although that's mostly the same countries in NATO, but, you know.
Yeah, but we just, like, I don't know, I feel as though we have more connections than Russia does. I feel like Russia has just, like, crossed a lot of people.
Right.
And that
I also think nobody really likes Russia. And even China
wouldn't help them in the long run.
Right. Even China, though. I mean, China and Russia, they used to be, like, really, they used to be best buddies.
Yeah, work together a lot.
But then recently, China's kind of like, okay, hold on, let's take a step back.
Yeah.
What are you doing?
I think a lot of the people, since like a lot of just they've kind of like looked at Russia's actions and like, okay, I didn't have a problem with you before, but like now you've kind of gone a little far.
Right. And so I'm going to share something. I'm going to share my screen. And it's a map of the world. And so basically, we have the United States, Canada, Mexico, the whole North America thing. And those obviously will all be tied together. I think some countries won't participate in it, but I think in the long run, we can all you can't see what I'm trying to look at, but which is kind of frustrating. But overall, more countries are gonna do good stuff
Be kind of
or
on the
help
good side.
us. Right, they're gonna be on the good side is what I'm trying to get at that, but whatever.
Yeah.
And I don't think Russia can actually hold off all these people. Because, I mean, if Russia can't hold off Ukraine, which is like just Ukrainian citizens,
Yeah.
then how are they going to hold off like some of the most powerful countries in the world?
Exactly. Like that kind of brings it back to my point where I'm saying that Russia is like way too in over their heads, because once other people start getting involved, they're not. I don't think they're as prepared as they think they are.
No. And I'm also going to go to a different one. So I've created, actually, the podcast is created. Uh-oh. So here is a key down here. So USA and the allies, when they're the allies that are fighting, enemies of the USA and allies fighting, and then there's also North Korea doing its own thing. So if we look, all the red triangles are enemy things, and all the like grayish, whitish dots are all allies of the United States and whatnot. Now, this is my proposal of who's going to be in the war and who's not. So I think, I hate to say it, but I think all these people are going to side with Russia, which is China. I think they're ultimately, if it goes into war, they're going to side with Russia. Iraq, Iran, Sudan, Nigeria.
Yeah, I feel like some of them are also just kind of like just whatever side that America isn't on, or the United States.
Right,
Like,
which I think Venezuela is like, and the people in the Caribbean Sea.
yeah.
Also, North Korea is just doing its own thing. It's at war with literally everybody. Nobody likes North Korea.
Yeah, nobody really wants them on their side.
And like, yeah, you got a lot of nuclear weapons, but we don't really want to be affiliated with you. You're just so
Yeah.
bad.
Yeah, you've
Like,
done
no
a
offense.
lot. We don't really want that reputation.
So North Korea is just special. And I think it'll just be wiped out, and Kim Jong-un will probably, I don't know, swallow a rocket. I mean, if World War III goes to this, the whole entire Earth will potentially just be destroyed completely. And
Yeah, I think the thing is, a lot of the people, I mean, I don't know. I don't really know how, like, I don't know, like the difference between like the Navy and the like the Army in them.
I can tell you the
But
difference.
okay, yeah, because I'd love to know.
Okay, so the Navy deals with things on the water. The Army
Okay.
deals with things on like the ground, the land. The Marines just do basically everything. The Air Force is obviously in the air. Space Force, well, they're just kind of useless. But
Yeah, so I don't know if this were to happen, what exactly would the Navy's role be in it?
oh, they could launch ballistic missiles. anywhere. They can basically what they can do is they also have the subs too. So there'd basically be you'd have subs fighting each other in the ocean, underwater. You would have planes fighting each other in the air, people fighting each other on the ground, boats fighting each other on the surface of the water. It'd just be mad chaos. We also have people fighting each other on the internet,
Yeah.
and it's crazy. But I have fear that Russia has actually, in the recent years, substantially built up their economy and their military. But with these new sanctions, they're slowly going to be down. So I think if we have time, I guess you could say, then it's have time before World War III, then I think we could take Russia pretty easily.
Yeah, the reason I asked about the Navy is I mean, it's scary for me because my brother is actually joining the Navy in I believe it's July.
Oh wow.
And so everything going on with this right now, if it were to obviously like turn into something more than it is right now, that's like really scary.
Right. Well, it also could turn into another Cold War, but in this case, it'd just be less countries. It'd just basically be NATO, the United Nations against Russia and China, basically. And probably North Korea will probably want to get action, but
Yeah.
no. They barely have enough money to keep the lights on at night.
Yeah,
No,
the
I'm actually
whole thing
serious.
made a lot of mistakes.
Yeah, North Korea is not the greatest right now. I mean, like they can't. I'm actually being 100% serious. Most nights, the lights go out and the power goes out because it's just so poor.
Is it why is they just like spent all of their government's like money?
It's because of communism.
Oh, lovely communism.
Yes, and uh, genocide and harsh conditions, all of that good stuff that Russia's
Mm-hmm.
doing. Uh,
Mm-hmm.
and China, and well, there's a few countries that aren't great, but I think ultimately, in a case like this, there would be enough countries where Russia and all of its allies, all two of its allies, would be completely overwhelmed by the amount of military power that all these countries have.
Yeah, because I don't think they're exactly thinking right now about the different
Well, they're always on
consequences.
vodka.
Oh god.
I'm not wrong.
No. That's such a stereotype, but I feel like it's relatively true.
Yeah, most stereotypes aren't true, but that one I feel like is true.
I feel like there could be some looking into that one.
Right. I feel like Vladimir Putin just lives and breathes vodka. That's probably why he's invading Ukraine. He's like, the vodka made me do it.
Not exactly clear-headed.
Right. He's not the brightest dude either. Although, when it comes to military, he just basically does. He's like the Elon Musk of presidents, but like in a bad way.
Yeah.
Like Elon Musk does whatever he wants for good, but Putin does whatever he wants for bad.
I
While
feel
he
like
may think
Putin,
it's not bad, it
yeah,
actually is bad.
he does whatever he wants, period.
Right? But actions have consequences.
Yeah, I feel
Uh,
like he often doesn't think about that side of it. Like,
mhm.
I don't
The
know. This
war is kind of like chess. You have to strategically move your pieces, your military, all your stuff, so that you can capture and defeat, and yeah, I think. I
And
don't know if I'm
without like
using those words right.
specific planning, it could all go downhill.
And without thinking things through and thinking what your opponent could do and what your opponent has the power of doing, then it basically is chess. And Russia is like a beginner at chess, and the rest of the world is like a pro. So in that case,
Yeah,
Russia.
you often hear people say like, I mean, I know right now with what we're dealing with at like middle school, high school scheduling and stuff like that,
Mhm.
they often tell us that just like to stay in the moment, but I feel like Russia
Maybe
might
that's not
need,
the best idea.
yeah, not maybe not during war.
Yes. Feel the moment. I'm feeling it, right?
I
It's
feel as
definitely
though we
there.
should be planning.
Right. I think we should be prepared for war
Yeah.
just in case. Just like prepared to be ballistic and just completely annihilate Russia. But because if we get involved, Russia has so many nukes. Well, we do too, but uh, they have actually all countries, well, most countries, have a ton of nukes where it would just end up in total devastation.
That's where it loses me. I just don't understand. Just I it goes back to the question of why. Just like what is the point? Like I feel like if we just all solved our problems without violence, then
Right,
I feel as though we could make it relatively far in life. But there's always going to be those people who want to use violence, and then it just ruins it for everybody.
right. There's always going to be those people.
Hmm.
I think again you're right. Russia is in over its head. Now on the map, Russia looks massive, like the biggest thing anyone's ever seen, like 4 times the size of the United States. But really, it's just because it's a map that's stretched out upwards, so it's not actually
Yeah,
that big.
isn't it mostly like I could be completely wrong about this, but isn't it mostly just like land just
Yeah,
there?
it's kind of like Las Vegas, or Moscow's kind of like Las Vegas, where it's just like there in the middle of nowhere, you know?
Solid. Yeah, I don't know I don't know much about like I mean I try to stay with like political or like world events that are going on, but I don't know much about like military stuff like that.
I same, but I think the first thing that will go if Russia attacks us is Alaska.
Yeah, it seems a little far away to be super connected with it. Like, I don't know.
Well, it seems far away, but what you have to know is right past here is I can't go any further, but to the
Yeah.
right of Russia is the United States. So
We are
they can
not that far
easily
away from
attack.
them.
So if they attack Alaska, which I don't think they will attack because Alaska's just Alaska and nobody really cares about it.
I
But
feel like Alaska's just kind of sitting there.
I
It's
feel like it's
just
sitting there,
hanging
you know,
out.
hanging out.
Please don't bother me. I'm
Right.
try not to bother you guys, so please don't bother me.
I don't understand why it's not a part of Canada, but whatever.
I know. I don't really get that either, but I guess you do you, Alaska.
I I think if they did attack, and I don't actually, I'm changing my mind. I don't think they would go for Alaska. I think they would go for California and that kind of area because that's so vital to the United States.
Yeah.
Uh, and then so they'd attack.
But is Russia really, I don't, like I said, don't know much about this. Is Russia like do they go for like land mass, or do they go for like population wise?
They probably, like, what do you mean by that?
Sorry, my microphone is being weird. I mean, like, would they go for Alaska just to have more like area cover or like coverage, or would they go for like a more populated area to have the title of that?
Well, actually, that's a very good observation because if they do, then they could annex Alaska, which allows them to get into Canada. And if they can get
Yeah.
into Canada, Canada is pretty soft. I mean, it's Canada. They're like, oh yeah, no,
No, but I love Canada. Like, I haven't
it's great.
been there, but I really want to go.
You've been to
They seem really
Canada?
nice.
Yes, Canada is very nice. It's cold though. Also, look how far up it extends. Look at that.
Yeah.
Wow.
I guess I never really realized how big Canada is, like how much they actually like own.
Well, again, it is the map, so it's stretched out. So
Yeah, but
it's not
still, I mean,
really
it's a
exact.
lot, Canada. I feel like they never really start anything. They're just there.
No, they're friendly. It's Canada.
Exactly.
But yes, Russia could technically occupy Alaska, which would make Canada. Actually, I don't think they would do that because Canada and the United States, we're also like best friends.
Yeah,
So I
exactly.
don't think. So I think Canada would retaliate, and then the United States would also have people up there, mainly
True,
rednecks.
because
So
yeah, if Russia decides to go into Alaska, obviously it'll take them a little bit, and we will I feel like learn about it and kind of, I mean, we're already friends with Canada. We'd kind of like send our troops obviously up there with them because Canada, I don't think would really have a problem with us going there to defend ourselves.
no, what would happen was like allied. They'd be allied, so they would just be fighting with each other, or
Yeah.
not with each other, but like with each other against Russia.
Yeah, they'd be fighting like on the same team.
Right. Be a team effort against Russia if they did that. But then again, Russia could also attack like either nuclear or ballistically California, the Los Angeles area, which
That is
is
just,
pretty crucial.
it's so, I don't know, it's so scary. Just like we could just be sitting here and we could just totally all die like right now.
Well, this is why we can't have nice things, okay? Like
Exactly.
it's an expression that's like joked about, but like seriously, we can't have nice things.
Genuinely though,
The nuclear weapon should have never been invented.
I agree 100%. It just causes so many problems. Like, oh my gosh.
I think if they do attack California, then what will happen is they'll try to invade. But yet again, I feel like Mexico would resist as well with Canada.
Is Mexico? I don't know. Like I like I said, I don't know a lot. Is
Mexico
Mexico's
and the United
with
States are
us,
kind
right?
of they're like the awkward friends that like aren't really friends with each other, but like they're kind of friends with each other. So like they'll do
Like
stuff
if
for
it
each other to
came
help each
down to
other out.
it, they would be
Right,
on our side, but like we wouldn't like they wouldn't ask each other to hang out just like
right.
because. Okay.
They don't have the same relationship as Canada and the United States.
All right, solid.
I think, but again, if Russia does intend to attack California, they could potentially invade. Now, I'm saying this as if the United States and Canada had very little resistance against Russia. But basically, I think they would then take Las Vegas.
Mhm.
If they do that, that's a lot of money because it's just
Yeah.
gambling. Then
I feel like
they also have
it's
access to Area 51.
Oh, that's really cute.
And then there's also then they could also go down to Arizona, which is where a lot of nuclear stuff is.
Mm-hmm.
Then I think they'd potentially take Texas.
Yeah, it's scary, but like, cause like if they're going for like California, like population wise, what means the most to us type of thing, then obviously that is scary, but you can take comfort, like a little bit of comfort in the fact that for where we're sitting right now, it is relatively far away from us. But
Right.
if they were to attack like Washington D.C. on the other hand,
That's not so far away from us.
It's not exactly as far, and that's where it like really starts to get concerning.
Right. I mean, there is a chance where they might potentially want to attack us in Michigan, but
like we're Michigan, we're not gonna hurt
it's because
you.
we
Please don't hurt us.
We have Mackinac, we have Fort Mackinac, which actually, if World War III could be used, like as actually military, but I think Michigan is one of the top producers for tanks. I'm not entirely positive on that, but I know we're pretty like we're pretty important. Not gonna brag or anything.
Okay, that's where it loses me though. Like, why do we have the Upper Peninsula? I feel like it would just be easier to add it to Wisconsin.
It's because actually Wisconsin was originally part of the Michigan Territory before Michigan became a state.
So we were Wisconsin before we were Michigan?
No, we were Michigan. They were Michigan before we were Wisconsin.
Oh, so we're like the original ones.
Right. Also,
oh, we're so cool.
I feel like there's the Ohio War, or it was either the Ohio War or another war or something like that, where they had the Upper Peninsula, but like, what were they gonna do? You can't get. It's kind of like Hawaii, but like add the ocean, have like land. So you have like different territories of Hawaii as a state. So it's kind of like weird. So you have to cross other states to get to your state.
Yeah, this might be a really dumb question, but where exactly is Hawaii? Is it down by Florida or like oh
It's in the Pacific Ocean.
hold on,
It's
I don't
right
know
here.
where that is.
Look.
Oh my gosh,
If you
that's
look on the
actually
map.
really far. Why is that part of us?
Because we took the land from them.
Okay, but it's like actually it looks really far away.
That's because it is.
Well, so then why can't they just be like their own little place just hanging out?
They are.
Okay, yeah, but like never mind.
They used to be a country until like 1941, I think. Where it's just like, hey,
okay,
this
I
is
have
ours
another
now.
stupid question. I have another dumb question. Okay. So what is like this is completely off topic, but where/what is Cuba? Like is it part of us or
No.
is it
Cuba is down there. It's you see the most leftmost red triangle below Florida.
Okay.
Here, let me go to a different map. Okay. You see that thing, the pink one right below Florida, the longest one?
Yeah, okay.
That's Cuba.
That's Cuba?
And
okay.
no,
And
they're not a part
like
of us. We don't
Are
like
they
each
mad
other.
at us or like
No, we're mad at them. Actually,
okay.
it's mutual. So basically,
so we're like are we like enemies or are we frenemies?
it's one-sided, really. We don't like Cuba. Actually, it's illegal to go to Cuba. The United States, it's illegal for you
Oh,
to
they like hate us.
Unless you have we hate them. It's the United States will not allow you to go to Cuba unless you have relatives in Cuba.
Oh, so it's like not a vacation spot.
No. Also, Cuba's like I think I'm not gonna say it like this, but it's kind of a third world country.
Oh, well, that's unfortunate. Why aren't we friends with them?
Because it's history. Fidel Castro, communism, Soviet Union.
Bad things.
Yeah.
Okay. Wait. So then another question. So what is up with the Caribbean? Don't a lot of people go there for like vacation?
Yeah.
Are they their own country,
That
or are they part of Mexico, or what's up with that?
they're their own country. They're
Okay.
just like a group of islands where
And
nobody really cares
they're
about
not
them.
mad at us, and we're not mad
No,
at them?
actually, Caribbean is the Caribbean Sea. Sorry. The Caribbean is like a little section of islands, tropical islands, and they contain like the Bahamas, the Dominican Republic, Haiti,
Okay, yeah. And a
Cuba.
lot of people go there for like vacation, right?
They go to the Bahamas,
Yeah. Well, yeah. Right. Yeah.
and
Okay.
that's about it. They
Oh,
can't.
well.
They don't really go to. They don't really want to go to Haiti, especially since stuff has been happening recently. They don't want to go to the Dominican Republic because that's just run by a bunch of crazies.
Yeah. Aren't they like scary? I feel like.
Yeah,
Right.
you have a really high chance of getting killed there.
Oh, that is
Like as a
interesting.
tourist.
Oh
Uh,
no. Wow.
the Bahamas are their own country. They're a vacation country, really, is what it is.
Okay. All right. Solid. I've never
There's
been, but I've heard it's
Bermuda.
nice.
There's Jamaica. Jamaica's nice.
I have not left the country, so I can't tell you.
You've never been out of the country?
I have never been. I think okay, we've been like near the Canadian border, but we didn't go inside Canada. I think the like furthest away that I've been from my house is I think Texas, right? Yeah, because Texas is further away than Florida, right?
Where in Florida?
I think we were at Orlando, and then in Texas, I think we were at like Houston or something.
It's Texas is probably longer. I don't know.
Okay. Yeah. Well, that's like the furthest I've gone. So
I've been to Canada. I've been to Mexico. That's about it.
Pop off, Queen. I
And
really want to go to France or the UK. I feel like that'd be cool.
So I'm going to Spain next year.
Oh, it's for like Spanish or the Spanish class, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Cool. That's cool.
I am excited for that. Well, that is if there isn't World War III going on and Spain isn't blown up by the time I get there.
Okay, I feel like why does this okay, so this might sound like really bad, but like I mean it in like the best, like nicest way possible. Why does all this have to happen like now? Like in our like teenage years, why does all this have to be happening?
Well, if you think about it, if you look at it with other people in their teenage years, for say World War II, they might be asking the same questions. It's just a matter of perspective.
Did anybody in like history get to have just like an easy life, or does everyone always have to start problems?
Everyone has to start problems. Actually, Fiji's just over there living its own life.
Oh, I don't like okay, super kind of off topic. Fiji, I don't like their water.
It's not actually from Fiji, I don't think.
I know.
That's just a brand.
I know, but that's what it reminds me of, and I don't like their water.
I've never had their water.
It like has a weird aftertaste.
Well, it's fresh without what does it always say on the bottles?
Hold on.
About how it's like humans didn't touch it or something like that.
Probably something like that. Fiji water. Images.
Hang on. Earth's finest water is what it's.
Oh yeah. I don't know if I believe that.
I don't.
See, it says from the islands of Fiji, Callan. I told you.
Yeah, but that's like that water's like everywhere else. I mean, there's a whole big soup of it. The ocean is a soup. It's a big soup. Okay. I'm trying
That's
to read
really
this. I
cute.
can't read it.
Oh gosh. Oh wait, why is the headquarters in Los Angeles if it's from Fiji?
Because it's not actually from Fiji.
They are liars. That's not swag.
It technically is false advertising, I think. I don't actually know, but I just saw something. The Dark Secret of Fiji Water.
Ooh. Oh no.
We're starting a new topic now.
Oh my gosh, Fiji water controversy? What is up with that?
I know.
Dang, it's from wait. A lot of 12% of the inhabitants of Fiji do not have access to clean drinking water. Oh my gosh. Is Fiji water actually untouched? Oh, it's true. It is untouched.
Is it actually untouched?
Well, it says, while Fiji water actually comes from an aquifer in Fiji, it's true. The water in the square bottle comes all the way from the South Pacific right to your local 7-Eleven. Oh, Google, you're so funny.
You're flirting with Google.
Shut up! Don't. I was just laughing at one of their jokes. Oh my gosh.
Okay. Well,
we are getting so off topic.
I don't care. Just a little disclaimer before we end. All events on Russia, like about Russia.
Please don't hurt us.
All the events and information presented are accurate as of Saturday, February 26th at 9:19 p.m. The sources are New York Times.
Oh my gosh, my family is watching Encanto right now. I can hear them. Sorry. Okay, sorry, go on. I apologize. My apologies.
BBC News, ABC News, Time Magazine, VOA, and then, yeah, like you said, Russia, please don't hurt us.
Yeah, please.
If
We're
you
just
do,
trying to live our lives. I know you probably don't care, but please do care.
Russia, if you do, you and your country are going to have to bear the consequences.
Oh, yeah.
I don't know. I'm just using the president's
Callan,
words.
look at you go.
Look at me go. I'm just using the president's words.
Oh my god, have you seen on TikTok the people that will like message accounts of his on Instagram?
Oh, no, I haven't.
It's really funny, but it's honestly like I feel as though we shouldn't be doing it.
This looks like a perfect time to end. Thank you, Lyla, for joining me on Season 2, Episode 9 of the Debate Podcast. I'm Callan Morey. I still will be Callan Morey for the foreseeable future. Yeah. Peace.
Okay, bye.